All right, we're going to talk about the fundamental unit of a model, which is a token. Okay? The token can be a variety of things. It can be a character, it can be a word, it could be the end of a word like ing. It honestly just depends on the model, right? Um, we're going to use GPT-4 as an example um, for this walkthrough. But essentially, GPT-4 has a way of breaking sentences down. So we're going to use this sentence. We're going to say, I can't wait to build cool AI apps. Now, the way GPT-4 would break this down is piece by piece or word by word, right? Now, as I'm highlighting each individual piece here, you'll notice that can't is broken up into two pieces. Every other word in this sentence is its own token, okay? The process by which this happens is something called tokenization, okay? For GPT-4, the average token is approximately 3/4 the length of a word. So we can approximate then that 100 tokens, 100 tokens is the equivalent of 75 words. Okay? Now, the set of all of the model's tokens is the vocabulary. You can use a small number of tokens to construct a large number of distinct words, kind of like how you'd use like the fewest amount of letter, or however many letters you needed to in an alphabet to construct many words, right? So different models have different sizes. At the time of me making this video, GPT-4's vocabulary size is sitting at around 100,256. Okay, now that number is usually, like I said, decided upon by the model developer themselves. Now, why don't we just use characters? That's a question that comes up a lot. Why can't we just utilize the characters that we know and love in the English language? Well, you can it's kind of a simple answer, right? But utilizing tokens allows the model to break words into different components that are a little bit more meaningful. So if you take the word like, let's use cooking for example, okay? And let's break this up into two pieces. All right. Oof. That's a bad highlight. Cook in ing. Right? Both components, they carry some original meaning of the word. But since there's fewer components, right, that exist, or fewer tokens than unique words, that will reduce the complexity and the model vocabulary size. All right, that makes the model more efficient. All right, it's easier for a model to consume a smaller vocabulary. So for something like cooking, rather than storing it as just one token and splitting it into two, it opens up more possibilities for it to infer more down the line, right? Tokens also help process unknown words. Okay, so just like I said, utilizing the cooking example, let's actually use a word that doesn't exist, like let's say chat GPT. Okay, let's just take that word. Now that's not a word, it's non-existent. It's a word that a lot of people have made up over time. Might exist in an Urban Dictionary, but it isn't in Merriam-Webster's. So that can be split up into two different tokens, chat GPT and ing, right? Could feed that into the model, right? And the model could, again, infer based on knowing what chat GPT and ing are, what it means. It kind of helps us build a better understanding, right? And gives us a really, really good output. So that's the importance of tokens. That's the fundamental unit. that helps us that kind of explains what tokens are used for. They are extremely important, come up time after time. It's extremely important to understanding how your model works, for example. If you utilize large language models, knowing token breakdowns, how your model consumes tokens is extremely important. So hope that simplifies that topic.